The next thing we want to do is click on every contest to navigate to that contest and start giving the users more features on that contest. So let's start by implementing a simple click function here and console logging the contest that we just clicked. So let me take a look at what we have. The app component here renders a header, and then it loops over the contests to render a contest preview. I think we should actually refactor this code into its own component before modifying the contest preview. So I'm going to take this part, and then under components, we're going to create a new file, call this file contest list. And this contest list can actually be a stateless function component. So call it contest list. This would simply just return the same markup that we have in the app component. We don't need this extra div. And it will receive as prob the list of contests, call them contests, and it will render them directly here. We don't have a state. We need to import React, and we need to export default contest list. And let's define the props that we have here. So contest list dot prop types equal, the only prop we have is the contests object, which is an array. So react dot prop types dot array. And we need contest preview, so we're going to actually remove it from app.js because we're not using it here anymore, and put it in contest list. So this contest list looks good. Inside app.js, we want to import this new component, which is contest list, and we'll just use it in here, contest list, passing in the contests, which we can read from the state, this.state.contests, just like that. So I think this is looking good. Test, make sure that's still working. And now inside contest preview, what we need is we need to define an onClick handler here. And this onClick handler is going to be a function. Now, if this was a static function that doesn't depend on the actual object inside every contest preview, then we can potentially pass it down from the parent as a property and just use it here as a reference. But this particular function needs access to every contest object because we're console logging the contest data, or we're eventually going to access the contest data when we click on here. So this is a dynamic function that depends on the content of the contest preview function. And since this is a stateless function component, we can't actually have a dynamic function. If we do a dynamic function here, it would mean that every time we render this contest preview, it's going to create a new function. And that's not very good. So if we have a stateless function component like this, and we need to handle events dynamically, we should upgrade this component into a class component. So we're going to do a React class component, and it's the same name, contest preview. And it's also the same markup. And instead of contest, we don't have an argument like that anymore. We're going to use this.probs.the property name. Now we don't need this anymore. And we're going to go ahead and define the props for this component. So contest preview.prop types equal, we have a category name, which is react.proptypes.string. This is required. And we also have a contest name. Okay, so now that we have an instance, we can use an instance function in here. Let's call this function this.handleClick. Let's go ahead and define this function. HandleClick is a function. We'll use the property syntax here so that we can access this inside. And let's log this.probs.contest name. Component is undefined. We can destructure it from here. And I think we can test. Refresh, clicking on every contest, give me the name of that contest. Although when I hover over these, they don't appear clickable because the cursor is not a pointer. So let's fix this. This is very simple. I'm going to give the top level class here a link class. And inside my style sheet, I'll do a link top level class here with cursor pointer. That should fix it. Refresh, clickable, and we can click it.